Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. It's Bigg Vic TV. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Give me a thumbs up just for the intro.
What is up, guys? It's the homie Bigg Vic, and I'm back with another video. What I want to do is show you guys what steps I took to get started in this business without using any of my own capital. Now that's so important because a lot of people still ask me, how did I get started in the business? So I said how I got started in the business, but I never actually went into detail of the steps that I did take to get rolling without using any of my money. I'm a firm believer in OPM, using other people's money. Let's go ahead and jump right into what I did to get started. What source did I use to get started? Some of you guys have access to this same source, and I know you do because it's one of the best places in the country to get money from when you don't want to use your own money, especially for an investment. So let's jump right into this. Like, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into this thing. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and show you the source that I used to get up and running in this business without using none of my own money. Because as you guys already know, I love OPM, other people's money. So let's get right into this. All right, so if you look here, Navy Federal Credit Union. This is my favorite bank to use. I love Navy Federal because they are so generous. And a lot of you guys that already have Navy Federal Credit as your bank, whether it's for personal, for business, you guys know Navy be giving the bags up. So I got a personal loan first. Now, quick disclaimer. I got a personal loan with Navy Federal to buy my first truck. Now, at the time, which was February of last year, 21, the market was just kind of starting to do something. So people were just, they were selling the trucks. I happened to find one on the Facebook marketplace. So initially I got a personal loan for like 13 grand. So that 13 grand covered the $10,000 that I paid for the truck, covered my $1,800 down for my insurance, and it covered my authority fee, which was the $300. It also took care of the UCR, BOC3, all the miscellaneous. I think the taxes that I had to pay on the truck when I brought it back, which wasn't really a lot because it was a 2006 International. So that was my initial investment, roughly around 14,000 to get me all the way started in the game. So once I knew I secured the funding, I then went over to Facebook Marketplace. We went over to Facebook Marketplace, and what I did type in was 26-foot box truck with liftgate. As you guys can see, it's still in the filters with liftgate. Now, look at here, 16.5. Like, you guys say you can't find trucks. Well, I just did a search. Why am I able to see trucks right now? I can go get a second truck possibly right now. So here's more trucks. So this is what I typed in: 26-foot box truck with liftgate. Of course, like I always tell you guys, anytime you are looking at new or used vehicles, make sure you can get your hands on the paperwork. Get your hands on the paperwork. Why? Because you need to know what the history of that truck is before you spend any of your hard-earned money or any of the bank's money, however you want to do this thing. But as you know, I used OPM, other people's money. That's how I got in the game. So after the first couple of months, I went from the truck being in my personal name, which I was just kind of excited, ready to get in the business and ready to get started. So I had the truck in my personal name, right? I just purchased the truck. I just knew I had a truck. And the thing that I never told you guys is I had never driven a box truck. I've driven a U-Haul before, but never a 26-foot box truck. And guys, listen, I was straight petrified. When I drove the truck, I test drove it, I was cool. But when it was time for me to put it on the interstate and get it from Orlando, Florida, back here to Columbia, South Carolina, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm about to drive a freaking, it's not a semi, but it's halfway there at 26 feet. That's how I felt as a brand new driver, never driving a 26-foot box truck before. So I knew I had to, just go a little wider when I turned them curbs. But eventually I got the hang of it. All the butterflies left my stomach and I just took it on down the interstate. Now, mind you, before I did leave Orlando, I did have to get temporary insurance. And I don't know if you guys know about that, but when you go buy trucks out of state, there are companies that will give you 72 hours insurance so that you can drive your new truck home, whether it's used vehicle. If you're not getting it from a dealership, if you're buying it from a private seller, you can get those box trucks with temporary insurance. I got the temporary insurance within 72 hours. Then after that, I brought the truck home, parked it, got it registered at the DMV. Shortly after that, I think I maybe had like a week left to get my insurance before my authority, so that I can get my authority to go active. So I got the truck. Authority went active after I put the insurance on it. The very last few days within my 21-day waiting period, put the insurance on it. Went active February 11th. Cool. So that's initially how I got the first box truck, with no money initially out of my pocket. All the bank's money. Let me say this: even though with the interest rate wasn't really high. I think my interest rate maybe like 11 or 12% on that loan, maybe 12.5%, something like that for the personal loan. But the interest rate did not matter because I knew I was going to pay that loan off quickly. So after about 6-7 months or so, somewhere around there, I paid that loan off. But prior to that, I was already purchasing my second truck after the second month in the business. Now that truck was 37 grand, as you all know from my previous video, and so on and so forth. But that first truck initially got me in the game. So you guys can go to the marketplace. Even if you see trucks that are not as high, not as expensive, and I don't want you to get nervous about high mileage, 300,000 miles, 250. My first truck had 500,000 miles on it, actually about 540,000 miles, somewhere in that ballpark. And it ran great. It made me plenty of money when I first started. I was able to double the money that I invested into that truck within the first couple of months. So don't let high mileage scare you. I knew I had to get started, so I was ready to get started however I needed to get started. So I did have personal money aside just in case anything did happen to that truck. So I was good to go in that department, but I was petrified driving it home, just to be honest with you. I was a little petrified, but I made it home. And I got all the bugs out. Like I said, I got in the game. I didn't let that stop me. I didn't let nothing stop me. I just went in. I just went to work. I decided I was going to make it happen. And it was a good thing. It turned out to be a really, really great business for myself in my area. So listen, marketplace, as you can see here, this marketplace it still has trucks. You guys say you can't find trucks. There's trucks out here. Just search them in my area. If you can't find them in your area, if you're not typing this in right here, 26-foot box truck with liftgate, if you're not typing that in, this is what you need to be searching for. You just can't put box truck in the search engines, because you're going to get 16-footers. You're going to get, really, really short trucks. You're looking for a 26-foot box truck with the liftgate if possible. Okay? So this is initially how I got in the game. This is how I got started. This is what Newton Ventures LLC did to get started initially in this business, and you guys can do the same. If you have to get a personal loan, if you find a cheaper truck and you don't want to use your own money, that is the method to get you in the game. That is if your credit is looking halfway decent. Even Navy will give you personal loans if you don't have the highest credit scores. they're one of the few banks that will give you a shot. They will take a chance with you. So I will say this, if they do take a chance with you, don't blow it, because Navy is one of the good credit unions that give plenty of money as long as you're paying your bills on time with them. All right. So if you guys have questions, please drop them down below in the comment section. This is how I got in the game. OPM is all about other people's money. If your credit's not right, get your credit in order, people, please. That's number one. If you don't have that hardcore cash, work on your credit, build that credit up, get it strong. That way you can get anything you want out here, okay? That's what it is. It's your homie Bigg Vic. You already know what it is. I hope this video helped you out. I hope it got you just a little excited. Hope it gave you another idea that you possibly can use to get your business up and running. Even if it's not a box truck business, even if you're looking at another business, you can use other people's money to get your business jump started. All right, it's the homie Bigg Vic, man. Let's get it. Always hustle, never stop growing. I hope you guys have an incredible 2022, and let's get it. Let's eat. Peace.